Hello, I'm Abby Branker, and this is Alan Kudan.
Hello.
And we're from the Lunatics Radio Hour podcast. And today we're going to talk to you about Touch, a vintage palmistry palm reading game.
So what is this?
So this is a game that was put out in 1970 by the Parker brothers, and they collaborated with Maxine, Lucille, Fiel, who is a famous astrologer, numerologer, or does it say it out there? She was like an expert in body language. She was an expert in handwriting analysis, all of these different things. And she was actually, so not only were those things her profession, she was also a columnist for Mademoiselle, which was a magazine that was owned by Condé Nast. And she actually helped in court cases because she was an expert in handwriting.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
So she did quite a bit.
She did quite a bit. She was born in 1923, and sadly in April of 2020, just a year ago, she passed away in New York City.
Well, I'm glad we are celebrating her life by exploring the game of Touch.
Yeah, so
That's a weird thing to say.
It is. So we're going to play a few rounds. We're going to use it to read our palm lines, and we have a few special guests coming in, and we're going to have some fun.
Well, you say we're going to play a few rounds, but is this a game? I mean,
No.
I see it's Parker Brothers. So, of course, some form. It says game right there. Game.
It's not like a game you can win. It's meant to be more a beginner's guide to palm reading. Makes it really easy and simple, and it's meant to be a party game. Originally, she said she wanted people like in a big party setting to break into little groups to read like different parts of your hand together and then come back as like a big group and discuss. So it's meant to be like a intro to palm reading.
Okay, so before we become palm reading experts, do you want to take some guesses after reading my palm, and I'll read yours, and then we'll see how correct we are?
Lifeline, long. Love line, questionable. Mental health line, not great. Those are my guesses.
The love line, incredible. Lifeline, you will live to be 3,000.
As my plan.
And what's the other one?
Mental health line.
Flawless.
You just crossed my hands.
Yes, flawless mental health.
Well, let's see how it turns out.
And you're haunted. Before we dive into this game, I feel like saying how you came by this game is pretty important.
That's a very good point, yes. So our friends over at Dark Interiors were selling this game. We've done a few video collabs and podcast collabs with Dark Interiors, so check through the Lunatics archive to find more information on that. But Adam Basheen of Dark Interiors is a Broadway actor who in the downtime of COVID really leaned into selling antiques and kind of like, especially ones with dark histories, right? So lots of bones, lots of masks, and lots of vintage palm reading games. So we won it in a Sunday auction at dark.interiors on Instagram. And every Sunday they have 8 p.m. EST auctions that you can see some like, even if you're not bidding, it's very interesting and informative because there's old like dentistry sets from the Victorian era and things that are just kind of cool to explore, things you haven't thought about.
Want a creepy doll? We know the guy.
We know the guy. So now we are joined by the amazing Sara Luke, who you probably know from other lunatic stuff, and her awesome podcast. And you should tell everyone about your podcast.
Oh, yes. My podcast, Real Good with Sara Luke. We talk about everything, but there's a little emphasis on like reality TV and film and TV. And that's on Spotify, Apple, pretty much anything you find podcasts on.
Yeah, so check it out. And Sara and I, among tons of other shared interests, we also have shared interest in tarot. And so when we were like, we're going to do this, we're like, Sara has to be here. It's going to be so much fun. So what we're going to do is do a few readings for different lines on Sara's hands and then rotate through people and just have fun and see what happens. Okay, so let's take you through the box, right? This game is from 1970, so it's kind of a little bit of a time capsule. The cover's kind of cool though because it tells you like where which line on your hand corresponds with the meaning. So how it works to my knowledge is that you go through and you say for different lines. So there's a lifeline, the love line, the fate line. all kinds of lines. And you go through and you say, okay, this is Sarah's love line, lifeline. So you go through and look at a bunch of different options and see which one is hers. Then on this notepad, you take down the number, you circle it, and then later you look up the meanings and kind of put together. This one's pretty good. It's just kind of like a standard long line, though. Yeah. Let's see if we have anything more.
A little curved.
Oh, and you do have some curve there, kind of in between these, though. So let's see.
I think that maybe this one.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so we're going to go with L2 for her lifeline, and then you can circle under lifeline L2.
Okay.
So next up is mentality. It's really hard to say. Yours is very close. I think it could be this one.
Yeah.
It's very close to your lifeline. All right, we found it. We found it, folks. M4. M4. Moving on to the ominous fate line. Again, a lot of variance in here, so stick with us. Okay, let me see your palm. Okay, so it's this one, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Okay,
wow.
So
you know what I see already? They're all together.
They're all intertwined.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Interesting.
Oh, wait, there's two options here. So we have F5, which is rising from wrist with strong branch to base of index finger, or F5A, same as above, but ending in a star.
Oh,
so this, you don't have a star, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, so we're going to go F5 on this one for fate line. Drum roll for the heart line, which again has so many options.
Oh, okay.
So it's this I don't have one that looks like that. But it's supposed to go
is it this
here.
one?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though, did we use this one already?
No, we didn't use this. We used this.
Okay, so yes, this one then. A double heart line. This one might be it.
Maybe. That might be it.
Okay, so we're at H13 for that one. Okay, Sarah, so these are your palm lines, which now we will interpret. Love of life, good energy, and physical fitness. Loves to travel, responds warmly to sex, and generally likes to marry young.
That makes sense. I feel like if I wasn't in the field I'm in, I would have married young.
Okay, so line of mentality, which I'm assuming is like mental health line perhaps, but let's find out. Oh, it tells us.
Yeah.
Your mentality line shows you are too sensitive for your own good.
Yeah.
The imagination is great, too great, and can cause depression and melancholy moods. Stay away from tales of woe. If this line ends with a small fork, you have good writing ability.
It does.
Yep. Which I could tell you already. Good writing ability.
Now that all is spot on. All that is like spot on for me.
Okay, so this one maybe we got the right card for. Heartline. You are well balanced, cheery, and affectionate. This line promises great happiness in all matters of affection.
Yeah, I'm pretty in check with all that.
Yeah.
It's not my issue.
We love that. Okay, and then the ominous fate line. Maybe this is the one that tells you like your longevity. Which feels like maybe we shouldn't read it. Okay, so which one? We said you were F5, which is like one of the tornado ratings now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, here. So yeah, fate line, show us on your hand again. Is the long one, right? The long one down the center. Okay. Responsibility and command over others. Some high position and magnificent success will be realized. Okay, that was a great fate. I'm glad I read that.
The position over other, like the power. Yeah, that makes sense. But it's like just kind of always been my energy in life, even since childhood, just like the chosen leader, natural alpha, but also very like much part of the pack and warm and all that too.
I don't put a lot of like personal stake in this kind of thing, but I do think it's interesting that it's developed by somebody who is in body language, handwriting. Like she wasn't just like, I'm an astrologer, not that there's anything wrong with that, or a numerologist. She was also like, kind of had like some clout to her, right? So it's kind of like a cool cross section of science and like psychology and then like, you know, occult divination.
We're going to start with Abby's lifeline. So that is L4. Long and curving, completely around the wrist, sometimes ending with a slight fork. Yes.
Hell yeah. I got the fork.
Okay, your mentality line is going to be this.
Okay, got it. So this line here.
So it goes out. It doesn't really curve. It goes out kind of. It's like a straight one. So this is what I'm talking about. Mine
actually, yeah, it does. I think that
yours
one's
are less defined than mine. Okay, yeah. Now we're gonna do Abby's fate line. Okay.
Oh, I've got pen on my hand. So I also don't seem to have a fate line.
What in the world, Abby? Man, your hands are really small too. I feel like an old person. I can't see. Where is it? Okay. So there's got to be.
So it's this, right? Yeah, I guess it's this.
Oh, it gets okay. So it should be coming from your middle
faint.
finger.
Yeah. And I drew pen on it, so makes it
that
harder.
person has a very short faint line. Okay, where is it?
I think it's this. I mean, I don't even know. I don't know that I have one. I think it's got to be that one. It's the only one that's kind of close.
That one right here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. It's not looking good for me.
Yeah,
Not been a clean match.
I feel like somebody would have a lot to say about this. Some specialist.
Okay, so now heart line.
Okay, I see this. I see your heart line.
Oh, thank goodness. Bonus
That
line.
would be the divorce line.
They have they have more sets of cards than what we're using here for other lines. And one of them is just like other marks. And there's like a whole grid of like other things on your hand that could be there.
Oh, it goes up through the middle. Yeah, I think it's this because it's very defined from the middle finger on your hand.
Okay.
Yeah. We're going to look up the lifeline first.
Yes. Lifeline L4.
Okay, L4. You have a great love of home and tradition, no matter how far you travel. Home will always be in your heart. If ending with a slight fork, you will have a long and active life.
Ooh. I don't remember. I hope so.
Let's just
say yes.
Let's just say yes.
Line of mentality.
Okay.
M3A.
Line of mentality, M3A. People with this line have good descriptive ability, lively imagination, which is used for practical ends. Their artistic ability is channeled into material benefits. Also shows flair for writing.
That's good. I'll take a material benefit.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I like that too because, yeah, your creativity and stuff does come out concrete and like all that.
Thank you. Thank you. Heartline H10.
Okay, Heartline H10. You are passionate, but not tender. Be less self-centered in your desires and show more consideration towards the opposite sex.
I'm glad Alan has stepped out for this part.
You're tender, but you hate men. I feel like that's what they just said.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's wrong. But,
Whoa.
but I
like
do
that,
love Alan.
I like that you're passionate, but not tender. That's interesting.
Yeah.
They really just read you.
I think that's right, actually. I don't know. I need to I need to journal about that for a little. I wonder what Alan would say if he was here for that. Okay, fate line F10.
Okay, the line of fate F10. Things have not been easy in the past, but success and good fortune will come to you late in life.
Ooh.
Wow.
All right. I'll take that.
Yo, we have very different readings.
Yeah, Lunatics will take off when I'm 90.
Yeah.
Matt, Mr. Cameraman, I think you're up.